Hello everybody, this is Peter Bom, exclusively for Australian Motorcycle News reporting about the MotoGP race in Austin, America, Texas. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not in Austin, I'm actually in Portugal at the World Superbike Round in Portimao. But helped by the time difference, I managed to follow both races. Later, a little bit more about the World Superbike races I'm here on. First about MotoGP and first about sorry for not being able to update you guys Saturday. Lots of shit went wrong, my video got lost or whatever. But this was Sunday, this is the main race, today was where it was all about, and it was a beautiful race. We had a really good race day. Let's start with Moto3 for you guys, Australian riders. Joel Kelso being on the front row in qualifying, and then being this super good, you know, finishing third in qualifying, finishing second in the race, completely on his own, faster than the group that was chasing him, just not fast to follow the leader, not fast enough. Joel Kelso showed that Austin is a special track and he masters it, and it's a very promising result for an Australian rider in Moto3, because everybody in Moto3 has only one goal, go to Moto2. And in Moto2 they only have one goal, go to MotoGP. Well, if you want to go from Moto3 to Moto2 too, you shouldn't just finish somewhere 5th or 6th in general. You have to fucking win races and be a little bit special. What Joel Kelso did today was just that. So he's on his path, he's preparing, he's doing everything right. Then there was the Moto2 race with Senna Aegis. And the Moto2 guys were more unlucky than Moto3 guys. I assume you all have seen the races. It was a wet track, there was a rain shower going over the track, it was wet, but it wasn't raining, it was drying at the moment they started the race, so everybody was gambling on slicks or wets, or slicks or wets, and you guys, Senna Aegis, Australian rider in Moto2, just gambled wrong. His whole team gambled wrong. So, screw it, has nothing to do with rider's capacity, they just gambled on the wrong tire. They were on slicks. And it took until the last lap until slicks tires were the better tires. So that was it for Australian riders, Moto3, Moto2, up to MotoGP, where we have another Australian rider. And the beauty from the MotoGP race today, because I loved what I've seen, because Marc Marquez is always going to win in Austin unless you cut off a leg, or when he sabotages his own performance. He started the weekend by making a super early crash on Friday and then telling everybody, oh, this is actually really good because now I'm warned, I cannot be too confident here. This is a track that I like a lot. It suits me very well, but I need to be careful. Yesterday he won the sprint race as easy as he wants it. But today in the main race on a drying track, everybody was on slicks. He just screwed up. He touched too much curbs where it was still a wet patch, and he crashed, lost a foot peg in the process, and that was it. So I love that, not because I hate Marc Marquez, but I love the human factor in it. You even when you're on a track, I mean, he did win everything until we came here, and then he comes to a track where he's expected to win more than anything else, and he just throws it away. So the human factor is really great in MotoGP, and that's what I love. So the situation on the grid was very tense, very difficult. Rain tires, slicks, you never what you want to do. Marc and his team did read the rule book very well. And he just jumped off the bike, ran back to the pit box, started on his other bike, creating like chaos, but he just was correct. He knew exactly what the rules were, more than you and me and the normal guys who watch it. And he knew this is an option. So he forced a restart, a quick procedure restart, because he knew he can. This is an option, a possibility. And then he just took the whole shot, pissed off, never looked back, I was going to say, but he screwed it. He made a mistake himself, threw it away. And the interesting thing that happened behind him, that Pecco, who was finishing third behind Marc's brother Alex so far this season, was quite aggressive yesterday already in the race, trying to force Marc into a mistake, which nearly worked. And today he was aggressive again by taking immediately second place, not being fast enough to be a real threat to Marc Marquez. but just fast enough to finally finish a second place and beats Marc's brother. But then Marc ruined his own day, and now suddenly you have Pecco Bagnaia winning the race and Alex Marquez leading the championship after 3 races. So I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm really cool, because it only means you can't predict anything. If all the stars are aligned for Marc Marquez to win in Austin, he shows he's a human, and he did not win it here. So this is good. This is really good. So Pecco he knows he doesn't have the pace of Marc, but he did everything he could, and finally he got rewarded today. Alex Marquez, I have to say, he's leading the championship, but still, I'm almost ashamed to say I never really rated the guy. He was world champion in Moto3, he was world champion in Moto2, but he was always on the right moment, on the right bike, and he was and is a really, really good rider, but he's not one of the special riders that I look for, like Marc Marquez. But it shows how far you can get if you're probably not special, but are very fucking dedicated and do everything correct. And now he's on the probably the best bike you want to be on this year, the 2024 Ducati. And he just makes no mistake, doesn't put any foot wrong, and he's leading the championship. I love that as well. He's not going to be a world champion, let's be honest. Alex Marquez is not going to be the world champion this year, but I love what he did. And that brings me to the manufacturers. KTM is not going to be world champion, but KTM and Honda have a very interesting bike. They are very, very good on braking super late, and then making a really good entry into tight corners. Both of the bikes have problems, KTM even more than Honda, in bringing a really good corner speed through the long lasting corners. KTM chatters a lot and Honda just understeers. So there is still a lot of work to do there. And Ducati is the dominant manufacturer. I don't need to tell you that, but that's partly because their design is special and very, very good, but it's also because they have 6 bikes on the grid. If you have 6 bikes on the grid, and you share your data very quickly and very intelligent, you have a huge advantage over everybody else. So that's it. So we spoke about Moto3, we spoke about Moto2. I explained to you what I like so much about the MotoGP race so far. And then obviously we had Jack Miller doing a super job on the Yamaha on the Fridays, especially on Friday. A little bit on Saturday, and well, when the conditions were damp, not fully wet, not fully dry, that's where Jack just loves to put it all on the line. And today, with that, he gained a really good starting position. And in today's race, he was super aggressive. So he shows Yamaha he's very important for Yamaha, because Yamaha now has 2 very, very different riders in Fabio Quartararo and Jack Miller. And it's either Jack or Fabio that does the result on Sunday. It means the bike is not so far off as people think. Fabio is superly talented, but also is a bit single-minded in what he likes or what he doesn't like. Jack as well has some very specific super talents, but isn't always there. But I love what Jack did today. That just super good. All in all, Yamaha is too far off the top riders, of the top teams. But with Jack and Fabio, we have 2 leading riders that can lead the development and can do the really good results. So that was it from today's race. Like I said, I'm here in Portimao in Portugal because I had a last minute job as a consultancy thing in World Supersport. I love this paddock and I love the racing. If you have a chance to watch the World Superbike races, Toprak won all 3 of them. Sounds boring, but he didn't got an easy job. And especially yesterday on Saturday when there was the first race, because Superbikes do Saturday a long race, Sunday morning they do a short race, Sunday afternoon they do another long race. The Saturday race, the way Toprak, he blew his start, the way he came back through the field, and the way he passed Danilo Petrucci, poor Danilo Petrucci, around the outside on one of the most scary points of the track is a full-blown classic. If you have the chance to watch Saturday's World Superbike race or the recap and just follow Toprak, what he did in race 1, you're going to love it. So I had a lot of fun here in Portimao with the World Superbike round as a consultancy in Supersport, which is a very, very interesting class. I love this paddock. I love MotoGP as well. I'm not too bothered at that I wasn't in Austin at the same time, but still, Austin is a very, very special track and it always delivers. So we had a lot of things to talk about. We have a really good situation in MotoGP. I'm really happy with what Joel Kelso did in Moto3 because this is a track where if you have the talent, you can make the difference. So Joel Kelso did just that today. I'm happy for that and I can't wait for Qatar. In a couple of weeks we're going to Qatar and I'm really keen to update you guys. For Australian Motorcycle News, my name is Peter Bom and I'll see you in 2 weeks time for the Qatar MotoGP updates. Thanks for watching guys.